Good morning and welcome back to another SaTAROTday with Salann. We're going to have a good read today. It's going to be quick and to the point, which is not my normal. Usually I ramble for quite a while. So let's get started. All right, so today I'm using the Santa Muerte Tarot. Not sure if I'm even saying that right, but this is not a deck that I'm super familiar with, but I did use it very recently as a review and on a stream and had some discussion about it. And I really, really like this deck. It's very expressive. And while I'm not specifically a follower of Santa Muerte, I may one day, who knows. But it's just a very expressive deck. And one of the questions, in addition to our normal, what's the energy look like this week, is how do we put some fire back in and where do we direct our fire energy this week? Where do we put our creativity, our creation, and our transformation energy? And that's kind of what I wanted to ask of the tarot this week. So we're going to get a few more shuffles in, and then we are going to go ahead and get started and process through our tarot. All right, I think we are shuffled. So let's cut and let's see what Santa Muerte Tarot is going to tell us. She's going to tell us about the chariot. We've got a 3 of Cups and a 1 of Wands. So let's talk about this. We got some fire in here, which I think is pretty cool. Excuse me. All right, so when we talk about the chariot, and we'll do we normally do, we'll talk about the individual cards first. So let's talk about the imagery in this chariot. Remembering that the chariot is often something that means or references us getting going. It's a major arcana, so this is a big movement. This is a big take the reins and drive your ship kind of thing, right? It's not just about the going places or there's going to be travel in your future. The chariot is more about decide where you're going to go for your travel. You pick where you're going to go. You drive the car. You pilot the plane. You take control of what it is you're trying to do and where you're going and actually make it actually go. So the chariot is very specific in that for me, and it's very I consider the chariot an action card. It is a control, so can be a very fiery thing, but it's more of an air and a water to me because it's about decision. It's about, again, control and making decisions that are going to affect and push you. So we need to not stand by in this matter right now, in this week. We need to take the reins. We need to help drive where we're going and really set the stage and the pathway. It's not about following the path this week in this energy with this card. It's about setting the path and making the path. And, perhaps other people will follow you in that path. Then we look at our 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is a lovely card to me. It represents friendship. It represents spending some emotional fluff time with people. It doesn't mean being very connecting on deep levels. This isn't about having a conversation about all the world's problems and everything that's ever happened to you in your life and, getting it off your chest. This is go out with a group, close friends that you trust, but have fun. Don't worry about the things that are happening. Just enjoy the drink, enjoy the dancing. This is a dance in the rain card. The 3 of Cups really wants you to express emotions and just let the chafe off, I like 3 of Cups very much because it really tells us a story of sometimes you just want to have fun. You just want to be around a couple of people. It doesn't have to be a big group. And it doesn't have to be this deep learning session. This week's energy is about making connections, spending time with people you care about, letting loose a little bit, and not overthinking it with your friends. And not overthinking anything really, just staying on that pathway. My favorite, I have to say, favorite card of this read is the One of Wands. And the reason it's my favorite is because my question was about where do I put my fire? Well, the Wand says anywhere. This is a great week to put your fire wherever you need it. It is a great week to get things done. You have some yard work you need to do it. You have something at work you need to work on it. You're going to do a very, very good job on whatever it is that you're actioning this week, because it's very specific. It's very hot fire energy. And the One of Wands, or Ace of Wands, as many would call it. In this deck, it looks like it is a 1, but we can call it the Ace. It's the same thing. Aces are often thought of as new beginnings in traditional tarot. They're about starting something new, or a new project, or a new integration, a new career even. That's not in this read. New career is not in this read right now. It's stability, but that's what an ace can potentially mean depending on the cards around it, right? But remember too, and I think we've said this, excuse me, in other decks recently, is that the ace is also the embodiment of that element, right? So an Ace of Wands, which for me represents fire, in some readers it might represent air, but for me it is fire, because I think of the wand as even your hand or your finger, it's your directed energy. Wand is, you use it to send your energy or activate things. So action is something that is very specific to me and is very fiery. But anyway, so aces are also the full embodiment of that element. So it is everything. Think of it's the beginning and the end and all of what's in between it. So the Ace of Wands also is a very open card for me. Instead of just saying, oh, you're going to have a new beginning, something's going to start for you, and you're going to get to put that passion and creativity into something. It may just be that it's something you're working on is now transforming into something different, or it is moving through its transformation stages, as one does with fire, right? Fire transforms wood and fuel into energy, kinetic energy and heat, right? So the same way in the tarot, it's converting things that are here and around us into other things. So Ace of Wands says, convert. Take what you're doing, put it into something, make things new, make action. When you couple it, though, with all of the cards together, you're getting a take control, let loose a little bit, and transform things and move through and make action happen. I mean, that's pretty simple. I would say if I was talking to an individual person, it could potentially mean if you're one of those people that likes to have a ride in the car and just go out and, wherever, no place to go. I used to do that a lot as a kid. A teenager, even young adult. This is the one that says, look, let's just get in the car and go for a ride somewhere. We don't even have to have a destination. Let's just go somewhere. Let's enjoy life a little bit. Let's listen to music. Let's sing to the radio on the road. Let's stop wherever we feel like stopping. Have some Waffle House for breakfast or lunch. And maybe go to a library or somewhere where you can just see something different or get new inspiration. That's what this read is about. It's you take control, you let loose a little bit, and you make something happen. You put some fire into what's happening around you. So that's really all I'm going to share for this read. This is very short, much shorter than I normally do, but maybe that's a factor of Santa Muerte Tarot. My understanding of Santa Muerte is a little bit less about the finer things. It's more about the real life, the nitty-gritty of the things that really are happening in our everyday lives, and being responsive to things that we perceive as good and bad doesn't matter. It's the human experience, right? It's no matter what is good or bad. It's things are human, and these are human things. Get in the car, get behind the driver's seat, take a ride with a couple of friends, sing to the music, and make something happen. Smoke a cigarette if you need one. Grab a drink if you need one. Whatever it is that you're doing, you need to do it. And you need to really think of it less in terms of this structure of, I have this for work, and I have to do this, and I have to do this, and this. All these things are lined up, and that's not necessarily the human experience, right? Because this is what we make of it. It is what we do on our own time. and with our connections and our social circles that really matters. So today is definitely a good day for that. This week is going to be a good week for that. That being, again, repeating myself, be the chariot driver. Be the chariot driver. Don't think too hard about stuff. Just work through it. Let things happen, and as they happen, you can't really control a lot of things. But spend some of that let loose time with your friends and let them take that pressure off and do silly stuff. Be silly. Be fun. And use your fire energy, not necessarily for new beginnings, but to whatever you're working on, to breathe new life into it. Something you really enjoy. Maybe it is something new, maybe not. But it doesn't feel like it's something new to me in this particular read. It feels like it's something that you've been working on or you've been doing, something little. And it's like, for me, I think it's going to be yard work. Like, I'm really super excited about doing yard work this week. I am not usually excited about yard work. But right now, I feel like that's my fire in the moment. It's going out and getting things together and making the yard look good and getting flower beds cleaned up. And we're doing a little retention wall and fixing some piping and all of this stuff. So that's really what I foresee in this read. So hopefully this gives you some guidance for this week. Remember that I do really enjoy doing private readings. I do not charge for them at all. The one unfortunate thing for me is I have very limited time to do them, so sometimes it does take a while for me to actually get through it and set it all up. I can do them offline as far as like making a video and sending you a video much like this, but private. Or I can do them live on Discord or other like FaceTime apps. I'm fine with that as well. I just like doing them. Again, I don't charge just because it's something I do. It's kind of part of my process of what I do. But please feel free, if you want one, ask. I also want to ask, check out our channel. We're making lots of new videos and putting new stuff out, slower than we'd like, but we are working on shadow work and we're working on other episodes and things that we hope will help give you some guidance, or at least maybe even get your mind thinking and you completely disagree with us. That is an awesome outcome for me too, as long as it gets you thinking and gets your juices going for whatever works for you. Remember to subscribe, like if you want to see more of these, and comments are, again, the most important thing to me. Tell me how you feel about the read. Tell me what you might have read differently in the cards, what you think about the tarot deck, that kind of stuff. So again, thank you so much for joining me this morning for this weekly SaTAROTday, and hope you have a wonderful weekend and rest of your week.